The night of the 4th.
No, my lords. What happens is, what actually happened during the CBI investigation is, all students were gathered and put at a particular place so as to enable them to memorize as and when the paper is available, which comes, my lord, from the statement of Amit Anand. My lord, please read statement of Amit Anand. Your lordships are on page 132. My lord, I am just reading the bare facts. I am not, my lord, taking any stand. Page 132, Amit Anand, my lords. And they are giving statements when they were not, my lord, obviously aware that this would be scrutinized by the court. So this is a first-hand account. Assistance may be incomplete. That's all I'm saying. Report. Sorry, second report. Para 98. Before that, would your lordships accept my request of reading two more statements from EOU? In this context, please read the report.
Okay. Just only one.
Incomplete picture in your lordship's mind.
Just keep that page in 1 minute.
132.
Sir, Solicitor, we just look at now those two statements you were saying, telling us something.
132, my lords.
132.
That's, my lord, is the Bihar police statement. The statement recorded by EOU. Initially, it was local police, transferred to economic offences wing, where, my lord, it is a little more detailed. Page 132 at the foot.
That is Amit Anand.
Amit Anand, yes, my lord, his statement. Kindly come to the next page, 133. I am, my lord, skipping what is not relevant either way for the present purpose, my lord. Kindly see from the 10th line, somewhere 10th line from the bottom. इस पर सिकंदर प्रसाद यादवेंद्र बोले, your lordship gets, my lord, some.
Yes.
कि उनके पास भी 4-5 लड़का है जो परीक्षा देने वाले हैं, उसे आप परीक्षा में पास करा दीजिए, इसके बदले में स्वयं वे बताए कि 4 लड़का हम आपको देंगे। ये नो काइंडली सी दिस, my lord, ये दिनांक 4/5/24 को रात्रि में सिकंदर प्रसाद यादवेंदु से उन 4 अभ्यर्थियों का सो से प्राप्त किए तथा अपने कार से 4 को लेकर नीतीश कुमार के पास न्यू बाईपास चले गए। प्लीज मार्क दिस। नीतीश कुमार अपने एवं उनके अन्य अभ्यर्थियों को लेकर लर्नेड बॉयज स्कूल एवं सो में लेकर चला गया, जहां पर सभी विद्यार्थियों को अगले दिन करीब 10 बजे नीट का प्रश्न उत्तर सहित रटवा दिया गया। 10 बजे। नाउ प्लीज सी, ये भी अपने परीक्षार्थी एवं अन्य परीक्षार्थी तथा सिकंदर प्रसाद के साथ परीक्षा केंद्रों पर घूम कर सभी को सेंटर पर पहुंचा दिए और अपने फ्लैट पर पहुंच गए और खाना खाए एटसेट्रा। काइंडली सी द नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट ऑफ नीतीश कुमार. Nitish Kumar is the person who not only brings students, he was at that school, Learn Boys School. So the lordships can come to page 134, 7 lines from the bottom. उसके बाद दिनांक 4/5, your lordship gets me? Page 134.
My SLP is against the same impugned order. It's been filed. So may I just request it be brought along, the papers be called for?
Verified.
It's been verified. It's been verified.
Lord,
we'll just give the details.
My Lord, I have circulated a mail, my Lord. Earlier, I have circulated twice. My Lord said it will be listed. But the problem is, my Lord, it is a 3-judge bench matter. So registry says unless it is assigned, my Lord, it is an old appeal. IA in an old appeal.
I'll take a
Medical admission in Chandigarh, my Lord.
Lordship, one writ petition is pending before since 25 June. Lordship's already service and approved, but this matter is related to the NEET and filed by the Congress party spokesperson. Till today's did not listed. Lordship say I am requesting. Please, Lordship.
Well, in this matter, petitioner is likely to be terminated.
to circulate emails. We want to start with the NEET.
I've circulated this in the mentioning, but because this is a service matter, they are saying this is not in the urgency category. Therefore, I'll have to mention before my lords.
Of your man being dead. Maris, can I mention your lordships has already passed an order?
Already been issued. Directions have already been issued. Just go and check. You'll find the date also. I've given the date.
Lords, with your lordship.
With your lordship has already directed.
This item was listed as serial number 19 on Friday. Your lordship directed issuance of notice. My only request is it should be tagged with the other gaming matters which are coming on 31st.
See now,
number, SLP number, only limited direction. Lordship already issued notice. Your Lordship's
Permission may make.
I am mentioning a matter, Malat. Your Lordship has already directed it to be listed on 23rd. But your Lordship's direction was, after the list had been issued. So if it can come on Friday or Thursday or something, Malat, your Lordship already directed.
Circulate emails, I'll see it.
We have received the report of the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. The director, Dr. and Professor Rangan Banerjee of the Department of Energy, Science and Engineering constituted a committee from the Department of Physics consisting of Professor Pradeep Ghosh, Professor Aditya Narayan Agnihotri and Professor Sankalpa Ghosh, a very high-powered team-member committee. And after, they say a team of 3 experts examined the following question. They reproduced the question which we had reproduced in our order yesterday. They say that the expert team is of the opinion that option 4 is the correct answer. Namely, now I'll tell you which is option 4 because that may vary from question paper to question paper. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect.
As well, Manoj.
Right, for morning we can do.
Grateful to your Lordship.
My Lord, may I draw my Lord's attention to item 20.
We will not argue anything out of turn like this. There's an order in the court. You can't just jump up because you are on the video conferencing team. You will be called out in your turn. So now, who is going to argue?
Petitioners, my Lord, your Lordships, yesterday indicated that petitioners are over.
Yes.
And I'm not on any side, but NTA will have to begin.
Absolutely. So
I'm for petitioner as well as others who are not present.
Mr. Joshi, what were you mentioning?
Please, my Lord, my item is 21.24, my Lord. And my case is, I'll conclude my case in 1 minute, my Lord. My case is that when the mark sheet scorecards, the model answer keys, along with the OMR sheets were mailed to me on 1st of June. The OMR sheet linked to the OMR sheet did not open. I raised my grievance with the NTA concerned authority saying that my OMR sheet link is not opening, but there was no response. Now, from the model answer key, when I compared with my memory, I was supposed to score around 657. On the day of the declaration of the examination, my Lord, I score 590. Now my rank is 10 lakh, which startled me. So when I inquire and go to the NTA authorities in person and say that, look, I have scored 590 and my rank is 10 lakh plus. So they hand over me a new scorecard and a new OMR sheet, which now they reduce my marks to 57.
This is an individual grievance.
Individual, Manoj, what I would suggest respectfully, subject to meeting with your Lordship's approval, essentially your Lordships are examining whether there is any leakage impacting the nationwide or there is some incident of theft which has taken place, which is our case, which has impacted students who can be segregated.
Or as Mr. Buddha argued, that there are such systemic flaws in the process that the entire examination has to be reconducted.
Correct.
Give to sort of reformulate what he said yesterday.
Correct.
My Lord, my limited plea, my Lord.
Interrupt. Matters arguments, however, we are hearing the Solicitor General. So in other words, what we have heard on is that what we have heard arguments on is that the entire sanctity of the examination has been affected, therefore have a retest.
Yes. And whether to discharge the burden of proof, my Lord, to that extent, what are the material the petitioners were able to place before the court? As against, my Lord, the material which we would be assisting.
Individual grievances of somebody's OMR link not opening or somebody having been graded wrongly, that is not the subject matter of this.
Lord, may I have the permission?
1 second, don't interrupt. What we will have to do is, those candidates who have some individual grievances, we may leave it to them to move the High Court for resolution of those grievances.
Yes.
Grateful,
Which we will be covering by our judge.
Grateful, madam.
Because I don't think the remit of this court is to start looking at individual grievances.
Grateful.
Individual.
Grateful, madam.
We leave that, Mr. Joshi, we leave that open to any individual.
My the learned Solicitor General, start just one point in 1 minute. My lord, where there was a delay in distribution of papers, and the same date they held the examination. The first in the morning it was 2 p.m. to 5:20, and the same paper they held again from 6 to 9. So the question paper they got 20 minutes late or half an hour late. They were holding that question paper for first 3 hours, and again the same question paper they were holding for another 3 hours. So all the people who were given those 6 hours the same day to attempt the same question paper has again defeated the integrity of the examination. Because somebody is getting 3 hours and 20 minutes once. These people got 3 hours and 20 minutes twice over the same day. Question paper remains the same.
That initially they gave the wrong paper, the CanBank paper.
No,
then they distributed
say something.
paper.
They gave paper like
which
in a different
center?
medium.
If you can
like
specify the
in
center.
Madhopur, they gave in a different medium. And they were holding question paper in a different medium. Somebody like in Rajasthan probably opted for Hindi. They were given English. Somebody opted English, were given Hindi. So there was a delay in changing it. So to compensate the delay, they held the examination over again the same day, giving other full time. So they were holding the question paper in their hand for 6 hours. More than 6 hours the same day. How they will be at par with the other people who got exactly 3 hours and 20 minutes?
Medium was distributed initially.
Correct.
Then they
In one
distributed-
center out of 4750 centers.
This in which center was this?
Savai Madhopur,
Madhopur.
Rajasthan. And Ghaziabad.
Also, sir.
There were
Two centers.
Two centers, as per their own.
No. Ghaziabad comes for the first. There are no pleadings. There is nothing on the record. I mean, somebody may have told you. I'm not disputing.
Denying that Ghaziabad
Every
was
time
not
raising
held again.
a suspicion
The argument
without
is,
any pleading or material may not end the matter.
the argument is wherever the
So,
question.
Mr. Huda, just let's have clarity of the fact. What happened was that at the beginning of the examination, if the medium of the candidate was, say, Hindi, the candidates were given English.
Yes.
Then at some point of time, when was this detected? What happened?
Yes, Lord. In Savai Madhopur, they say they detected it through social media at 4:30.
No.
2.5 hours later.
2.5 hours. It is their affidavit on
All
record.
right. Just explain to us what happened.
2 o'clock, Lord, the question paper started. Questions were given to the students. Questions must be raising objection that this is not my medium.
Right.
No action was taken. NTA here in Delhi get to know of this incident at 4:30 the same day.
Right.
Then they take a decision that we will have another examination the same day from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then these all 120 students in that center.
So at 4:30, the correct medium was given. They had, in any case, from a different medium, they had the paper right at 2 o'clock.
Correct. That's what I'm
Then
saying.
at
So they got more time, in fact.
So, but at 4:30, then did they give them at 4:30 the correct medium?
The second examination is from 6 to 9 or
So
9:20.
what you are saying that they held the same question paper, albeit in a different medium from 2 o'clock.
Correct. And what this happened at 2 stations, not one. Other one is a Ghaziabad.
No, we do not know. There is no pleading of Ghaziabad. Yesterday, my lord.
There is an NTA press release. If they remains in a denial mode,
2 o'clock. These students must have started answering also, albeit in a different
that's right.
medium.
That's right.
They were given an OMR sheet, say, of 2
Everything.
o'clock
Correct.
with English, so they had opted for Hindi.
Correct.
Then at 4:30, this is discovered. So at 6 o'clock, they hold a examination, the correct medium,
That's right.
with a separate set of OMR sheets.
Correct.
Now, how many students in Savai Madhopur?
120 as per their showing.
How have those students fared, by the way?
I will show, my lord.
And Lord,
That's the
Ghaziabad,
correct answer.
they are in a denial mode. Kindly put them to the answer because their
All right.
press release
Let the
says
solicitor start. We will-
Ghaziabad
We'll hear the
also.
solicitor. Yes,
And
thank
Lord,
you.
Savai Madhopur bust another thing. They say we are monitoring it live here and we are securing that everything is fine. In Savai Madhopur, their systems are not working. They say from a social media, we got to know after 2.5 hours of examination that this is what has happened. So their argument that all centers are monitored through live CCTV camera is completely destroyed. There's no system. And these CCTV cameras, some were installed, some were not installed. They have
Where
only
it is
issued
not
checks.
installed, where it is. No, let me start. Let me.
Mr. Huda,
Let
we
me-
allowed you to make your point now, no re-argument. Now, clear this.
Lord, what has happened is, Lord, let me.
Now, Mr. Solicitor.
Yes, let me sum up.
Start right from the beginning.
Yes,
Now you
yes,
can-
let me sum up. Lord, I'm Lord, not either against the petitioners, they are also Lord, students, nor against those Lord, who are not before the court. I am Lord, on behalf of NTA. What I have understood from the petitioner's point of view is they have been able to give instances of 3 or 4 or 7 centers and raise a kind of apprehension or suspicion. Even if the suspicion is true, it would be true only for the purpose of that particular center, and I'll come to it separately. Now, my lord, your lordships are examining an issue where approximately 24 lakh students are involved. Lord, the total number of centers are 4,750. When your lordships examine, my lord, whether there is a pan-India cross-country impact or not, my lord, this would be a relevant figure.
This one. Mr. Huda, I know that you are very energetic, but you can please sit on the chair. Why do you have to stand? Tell your juniors also to sit on the chair. It causes me less stress when everybody is comfortably seated in the chair. So the juniors have some chairs there. There are some chairs with the locklets. They're all not here, so you can come and sit here. Please sit quietly and listen to it in peace. Yes.
Yes. But my lord, nonetheless, we must satisfy your lordship's conscience from the figures and statistics. Not, my lord, somebody tells us something, some social media post, which we will show, my lord, how social media posts like Telegram, etc. My lord, from evidence, my lord, we will be able to show how they are tempered. But leave it at that, my lord, for the time being. We will have to satisfy your lordships that pan-India, cross-country, there is no impact and the result has remained consistent. But at the outset, I may point out that top 100 students, this is the test of a fair examination being conducted. Top 100 students are spread over 95 centers. "56 cities and 18 states and or union territories."
Yes.
My lord, this is, according to me, my lord, the first prime test. That first 100, if I have the paper, if my group has the paper, it would be a bulk of people topping the exam. Because if I have the questions, I have the answers, obviously.
Now, just one thing we wanted to ask you. In this top 100, do we have any students coming from, say, Hazaribagh?
Yes, I'll show everything.
You'd like to see?
Yes, my lord. And I will also show what was the...
Sikar, Hazaribagh.
Yes. No, what I have also done, we have done an exercise as to what was the position of those centers in 2022, 2023, and 2024. Whether there is any marked jump or rise or not. That would be the only indication for deciding cross-country impact, if at all there is any impact. My lord, we have filed, my lord, submissions, my lord. Lord, it is mailed to your lordships, but for ready reference, I can. I have, my lord, the hard copies as well.
Located. Repeat submission. Yes.
Lord, I would start from, Lord, how the examination is conducted. There is a concept called percentile, and there was a confusion. That confusion remained, and unfortunately, young children are, my lord, unnecessarily tensed because of wrong narrative which is going on. The narrative was that for centers like Rajkot, more than 30 candidates were qualified. General impression was that if you are qualified, you are getting admission in the medicine, in the course of your choice. Lord, there has always been, and this year also, a system of coming to a figure called percentile. A percentile is a figure. After we get the result, it is fed into the computer system, and we request that we want 50% percentile. It can be 60, it can be 70, depending upon the nature. But in this exam, it has always been 50%. So it gave us the figure of 164. It merely means in common parlance that out of 24 lakh students, I'm taking a rough figure, it's 23 lakh something. Out of 24 lakh students, 12.5 lakhs would be below 164 and 12.5 lakhs would be above 164. Those who are above 164 are qualified and rest of them are not qualified. So all those 12.5 lakhs would not get admission.
The cutoff marks for the 50th percentile is 164 out of 72.
For the purpose of qualification, I'll tell you, Lordship, the reason why this is done.
Is always taken as a 50th percentile or what is it?
Percentile, yes.
Year on year.
Year on year, Manoj. Last year it was 137, which indicates that this year number of students increased. Number two, maybe this batch of students of 24 lakhs was little more hardworking. And third, the syllabus was, Manoj, sliced down. But nothing turns on that, Manoj. Last time it was 1/3. So 12.5 lakhs are qualified. Seats are 1 lakh and 8,000 only. Why this was required to be done? Manoj, it was noticed years back that some, I'm sorry.
So 12.5 lakh students are 50th percentile and above.
And therefore qualified. Roughly, 12.5 is, I have taken the figure of 24 lakhs, it is 23 lakhs something. 37, whatever. I'm just for the purpose of ease of argument. No, why this was required? Years back it was found that some private medical colleges, your lordships are aware, there are some management seats, management quota seats. They used to be filled up by people who are not even qualified, who got 50 marks or 70 marks. Therefore, this system was introduced that we will come out with a figure of percentile and qualification. They are eligible. They are eligible to be admitted either in medical, either in government medical college or in private medical college. So now, even a private medical college in their management quota cannot take anyone who is less than 12,50,000 because they are not qualified. So Rajkot had 30 people who are qualified, meaning thereby they were above 12,50,000 figure. Not that they will get admission. But we have done that analysis Please see page 13 of my note. Just to remove that narration, my learned friend has very fairly not argued this issue, but please see 13. First, I have given, your lordship sees right hand side, I have gone from top to bottom. That's why, states are also, coming not at the same time. Gujarat, Bhavnagar, total appeared 5,800, greater or equal to 164, 4,660. Therefore, success ratio, meaning thereby success for being declared qualified, not admission, is 80.34%. Next is Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, then Rajasthan, Sikar, then Gujarat, Rajkot, Andhra Pradesh, Tanuku, etc., etc., etc. It goes on, and I'm not taking your lordships through the entire country and entire city wise.
Done this for every
city.
For
every city.
Actually, you've done it for every city or state. How does it work? For every
city. This is done city wise. But center wise also, wherever they have.
Because no, it is
city wise or center wise.
Bhavnagar is the city.
But it is city wise arranged in descending order. This is only to remove an impression that those.
How many cities totally?
571.
So this data is for all the 571.
571. Cities, 569. I stand corrected. 569. We have centers at some other countries also. For example, page 13, your lordships would find serial number 6, Dubai. Dubai has a center where we conduct the exam. Muscat, Singapore. So including the outs.
Also have Doha, Sharjah.
Yes,
Kuwait.
Yes, so adding them also, the total cities, I'll treat them as city, as a, right. So it is a center. 569. The lowest is Chhattisgarh, Narayanpur with 8.6%.
Right.
This is the limited purpose, to show that more number of people getting qualified doesn't mean that they are getting admission.
They are just above the 50th percentile. That's
yes, they have crossed 12 lakhs mark. That's all. But kindly now come to page 28.
This annexure A began at what page?
13, 1-3, and it goes on till 27. Annexure B, my lord. It's not annexure A, annexure B. It goes until 27. I'm not reading, it's not necessary, but descending order, we have given the number of students who qualified. But the moment your lordship goes further, the lordship would realize, my lord, that how that number also decreases, those who are likely to get admission. Lord, your lordships would find Judger at page 14, my lords. Serial number 69. It has 59% students qualify. Yes. Lord, before I take your lordships to the next annexure, Lord, kindly allow me to place only one fact, Lord, which is an accepted fact in public domain. But there are certain centers like Kota, Sikar, Kottayam in South, Rajkot. There are several centers which are hubs of competitive examinations, coaching centers. Lord, the word which generally, my lord, the newspapers have used, factory, is possibly taken from a recent web series, Kota Factory.
They are hubs
for coaching centers for entrance examinations or other examinations like UPSC. Kota is considered to be the best in UPSC, but UPSC, NEET, IIT, JEE, several competitive examinations.
Which are the Kota, Sikar?
Kota, Sikar, Kottayam, Namakkal in Tamil Nadu, Rajkot in Gujarat,
Yeah.
so there are several coaching centers, several hostels, right from those who cannot afford, they would have their hostels. Those who can afford, they can have flats, they can hire flats. There are PG accommodations, but all essentially the entire economy is on students. They are given question papers every alternate day. Some dummy paper would be formed by the coaching classes and they would be asked to appear in that examination. They are trained how to attempt those questions where you are very confident, thereafter to examine the questions where you have to give a little time, how to avoid negative marking, etc. So when a child sits in the actual examination, it is his 201st examination, hypothetical.
So the students who would really be sitting at those centers not necessarily be students who are domiciled in that.
No.
They will be coming from outside.
They are mostly outside. Mostly outsiders, because now this has become a competitive field. So parents send their children. Whether I am preparing for a civil service or I am preparing for NEET, I'll go stay there for a year. I'll have coaching, I'll have a PG accommodation, hostel accommodation, etc., etc. And this is going on since many years. But still there is no alarming rise from last years to this year. But just I wanted to say that example of Sikar, Kota, etc. may not assist your lordships to arrive at a correct conclusion because they are sui generis centers. What I would get, my lord, at say Jamnagar in Gujarat, some better, my lord, training is imparted in Kota or in Sikar or in Kottayam or in Namakkal, etc., etc. But that also, now my lord, what we have done is that I have told your lordships which number of students are above 12,50,000 and which are below. Now we forget those who are below. Out of 12,50,000, that is above percentile and who are qualified, how many students were qualified were getting admission last year, last to last year, and this year? Whether there is any unexplainable spurge, there is any increase or any shocking development, that exercise we have done, which your lordships would find at page 28. Lord, your lordships would find the title is Table Showing City-Wise Success Rate. And if your lordships were to see, my lord, the subtitle, one is state, another is city. Number of candidates appeared in 2022. Lord, the fourth column. Your lordship gets that, my lord. Number of students appeared in 2022. Number of top 108,000 in that year. Then number of students appeared in 23. Similarly, number of top 10,800.
And say your solicitor success rate, that is above the 50th percentile.
No, it has to be. Look, these are all students who fall within
Qualified.
1 lakh. No, not they are qualified. They are in 12,50,000.
They will be within the 1,08,000.
1,08,000. Exactly. I'm grateful to your lordship.
Thousand consists of 56,000 government colleges
and 52,000 private colleges. I must tell your lordships one more thing. Just to, my lord, give your lordships the correct feel, what is the pan-India impact? I have not deducted the reserved seats. Reserved seats, my lord, the success rate would be, my lord, almost half. I'll tell your lordship, my lord, out of 100 seats, 50 seats are reserved. SC, ST, OBC, and economically backward class. These are done, my lord, at the state level also. And some states, or maybe all states, some states at least have domicile reservation also. So out of 100 seats, the general category students, depending upon, my lord, which category they belong to, their available seat might be only 45 out of 100. But without touching that, out of 1,80,000, 4030. So if we count that, my lord, this 19.12 would go almost to 10% success rate, my lord, at an all India level. My lord, similarly, now see, my lord, first is Sikar, I have read, my lord, Andhra Pradesh, Tanuku. Total 972 students appeared in 2022. Your lordships may kindly correlate with the heading.
Yes.
Total 179 in top 1,80,000. 8,000. So entitled to get admission subject to reservation, etc. Similarly, in 2023, total 168 students and entitled within 1,88,000 is 213. This year, total students appeared is 1,007 and entitled are 171. So it is lower than the last year. Even in Sikar, 2022, the success rate was 24.02, which is now down to 19.22. The rank. पटना का कहाँ पे?
Please come to just one factual clarification. Lord, there are 5 other courses which are admissions happen from the same entrance examination. So the total number of seats are about 3 lakh and the rank for admission goes up to 12 lakh from the same NEET examination. Here we are talking only of MBBS, but there are BAMS and dental and all other allied courses.
But then for them, the 50th percentile is not applied.
No, applicable.
No, that is applicable.
It is applicable for
But Lord, the rank goes up to the last course. The rank goes up to 12 lakh.
No, it can't go to up to 12 lakh.
Only talking about.
vary from year to year, I guess.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Last year it was about 12 lakh. Last year it was about 12 lakh.
But the 50th percentile is applied as a qualification for all courses.
Yes. All BDS, BAMS, whatever. But he argued on medicine, therefore I am giving medicine.
Just as a matter of interest, this shows where do we get Hazaribagh, Patna?
I wanted to show, Malord, kindly come to page 30.
Page 30.
Page 30. They are at 51502. Malord, that is the city code. Bihar, Patna, the 6th from below. Their success rate is 5.53 this year. But see, Malord, the earlier success rate, it has remained consistent, Malord. 2 or 3% plus or minus is everywhere. And obviously, Malord, it would depend upon the caliber of each batch, the examination, etc., Malord. Please see, Malord.
7.74 and 5.5.
Yes, the 22, it was 8.9. 23, it became 7.74. And this year it is 5.53. Now please come to 32, Hazaribagh, fourth from top.
Yes.
Page 32, fourth from top, my lord.
7.2, 6.06,
And this year 4.61 only. Belgavi.
Yes.
And my lord, I'll also show Belgavi, where my lord, one of the students who is my lord stated to have failed, shifted to Belgavi, page 39, my lords. My lord, the impression one gets is that she shifted all the way from Gujarat to Belgavi because Belgavi there was a huge potential for some mass copying or something. Please come to 39. Karnataka, Belgavi, Belgaum. The success rate is 2.5%.
Where is it exactly? Ah, yeah, got it. Belgaum.
Lord, seventh from the bottom.
Success rate is 3.22, 3.94, and 2.05.
Yes. So one would not go from Gujarat to Belgaum. Maybe some personal reasons I have not examined. But their success rate is 2.05. Nobody would go at a center